Hey there, welcome to day 98 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today we're talking about step 4 of the SOAP process, which is P for progress. How do you know you're making progress? It's one thing to take action, but how do you know if what you're doing worked or not? We'll get a couple of tips to help you with that. And I actually created a worksheet that I will do weekly to help me make sure that I am staying on track of improving the relationship that I'm working on. And I'll share that with you. If somebody wants a copy of that, just put worksheet or progress in the comments below, and I will make sure you get a copy of it. I just save it as a PDF and ship it off to you, or digitally send it to you. Let's be honest, I'm not going to ship it. So how do we know? What are 3 questions we can ask ourselves about every action that we take to ensure that we're moving in the direction we want to go? And that is to fill that gap, right? The gap between where we are and where we want our relationship to be. And then I'll talk about how Emma with Zoe and Lila and her father are doing with respect to how she'll know if there's progress or not. I'll actually answer the questions I'm going to tell you right now. So number 1, what progress would look like? How do you know what progress looks like for you? If you don't know and identify how you'll see progress, you probably won't even notice it. Number 2, how might we measure it? How can we measure progress? I love making up different ways to measure things, especially subjective things that are really hard to measure in real life terms, or real physical terms, I suppose. And then whether the chosen action worked or if adjustments are needed. Guess what? How many times have you ever tried to do something or taken an action only to find out that instead of moving you forward, it actually moved you away from what it is that you wanted? I know I probably have made many more of those actions in my life and choices than have actually moved me forward. The good thing is we only need to make a few right choices and decisions to move ourselves in the right direction and create what it is that we want in our lives. So let's take a look at, I'm going to grab my magnifying glass. Let's take a look at Zoe and Emma's story. Remember, she's working on her relationship with her daughter, and the action she took yesterday was she left a handwritten note of encouragement for Zoe. Now, signs of progress might include Zoe responds to the note, even with a simple thanks, less tension in the next few interactions that they have together. Zoe initiates a conversation or accepts Emma's invitation to talk or hang out or do something together. How to measure progress in their relationship. She could track tone of recent conversations. More neutral or warm would equal progress. Journal Zoe's responses over the next 7 to 10 days and see if there's a trend toward improving or getting worse. And then, is Zoe spending more time in shared spaces like the kitchen or the living room, or still camping out in her bedroom most of the time? And then, did it work? Did the action that you took, that actually in this case that Emma took, work? If Zoe acknowledges the gesture or begins to soften, yes. If there's no change, Emma might try option 2, which is asking open-ended questions next. She might take and just, instead of leaving another note, she'll switch to a different strategy and take a different action. So then let's quickly look at Lila and her father. I keep spelling Lila wrong. Action taken. She sent a heartfelt message expressing the desire to reconnect with her dad, right? Because they've been estranged. Signs of progress might include. Remember, you can look for more than one way to notice if it's working or not. Her dad's responds positively and asks for a talk. There's a reduction in emotional heaviness or dread when she thinks about him. An actual conversation happens, even if it's just a short one. How to measure? Did he respond within a week? Now, a week is just an arbitrary timeline or an arbitrary time, but sooner better than later would be a more an indication of a more positive response, right? How did Lila feel after sending the message? Did she feel relief? Did she feel hope? Did she feel anxiety? You could also measure it by saying, did the message open the door for more communication? Did it work? If it sparked a response, even a hesitant one, that's progress. If no reply comes after a reasonable time, Lila selected a week, Lila consider follow-up or shifting to a new approach. Example, option 6, she could invite him to a casual event and see if he shows up. And that would be an indicator to her whether he even wants to reopen a conversation or have a relationship with her. So that's what we're going to do today for ourselves. Each of us are going to answer those 3 questions. How, excuse me, How are you going to measure, or what progress would look like? You got to have some ways of knowing so that you actually notice if you're seeing progress or not, or if not, because if you're not, you want to be able to take another action. How might you measure it? How is a way to measure the relationship change? And then if identify and decide if the action worked or not. You will know within a week if it worked or not. And if it didn't, pick a different action, take a different tack, do something else to try to help improve the relationship. Now, the worksheet that I created for myself, wherever I put it, is really simple. It's a simple one-pager, so I can stick it in a ring binder. I really like ring binders and tracking things. So each week from now on, I will do this sheet until the relationship gets on track, automatically moving in the direction I want it to go. And it just includes sections like the date, Be a Better You Annual Challenge, Day 98, April 5th, 2025. So I'll have the date of each time I check in. Will I do it every week religiously or consistently? Maybe, maybe not. Depends what else is going on. But I will do it on a regular basis and actually create another sheet for it so I can see over time if I'm making progress or not. And it's just, the relationship focus, blank person that you're focusing on, blank action taken from step 3 of the process. And then there's room to write in the action that I took. And then day 1, interacted, question mark, what happened, question mark, signs of progress, how did you feel? Just a quick, simple little worksheet, boop, 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 boop. And then reflective questions to ask after 7 days. What changes, big or small, did you notice in the relationship this week? Number 2, how has your own energy or mindset shifted since taking action? Number 3, did the action work? If yes, how will you build on it? If not, what might you try next? And 4, what does progress look like for you in the next 7 days? So it encourages me to do like a weekly check-in on the relationship to keep it top of mind. Otherwise, guess what? We get busy. Life happens, and we don't stick consistently to doing the things we say we're going to do. Even if we tell ourselves we're going to do them, sometimes we forget, or life gets busy, or trauma or drama comes up and we just don't get around to it. So having a worksheet helps me to stay consistent. It's a great tool. I highly recommend that you try using one too. Any questions about this, about what our action item is today? How do you know you're making progress? How might you measure? And what will it look like? What does progress look like for you so that you will recognize it when you see it? Any questions, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.